Why, hello everybody, welcome, my name is Rubydung, welcome to today's episode. As you can see, I'm over here by the tree farm. That is because I have a couple of projects I'm going to do on this end of the base. But before we get to that, I just want to make a small complaint of how many technical issues I have had in this episode alone. I am losing my mind with this episode, and it's just the start of it for you guys. Wait, you don't know the worst of it. But I have a couple of things to show off because of it. Because I have made footage, lost footage, made more footage, lost other footage. Like, it's just been this whole cycle of ordeals, and the footage isn't even the worst of it. So I guess I have a little bit to show you guys about some of this, in which case, if I come all the way over here, you can see there's a new extension to the base on this side. So previously it was just the cocoa bean farm, but now there is a new room here, and if I walk in, you can see what it looks like. This is a new elevator system. So it is going to have two chutes here. There's only one chute currently put in place. I can grab a water bucket to fix that, but I kind of had to make this a two-chute system because this is even flooring here. So I couldn't just have a single chute, so I had to do a double chute here. So one chute on one side, one chute on the other. There isn't really going to be an up or down because you can go both up and down in water, so no real reason to do that. But if I were to go up here, you can see all of the different windows and trapdoors that I've put in for the system. But once I get all the way actually up here, you'll see that I have the bridge light out, so it goes all the way to the central intersection of the base. So, as I go all the way down here, I get connected to the intersection that I made last episode. So, I'm now capable of traveling across the top of this base here, in which case I am immediately cutting through over the wheat farm. So, just to give you an idea of how nice being able to have this is, the only two places in the base to get up here on this second floor is over there, in which case you can see a little bit of the water there, or right over there. Those are the only two places in this base to get up onto this level. So if I was over here by the tree farm or the chicken farm, in order to get up there, like, so these three buildings over here, technically that four, but I'm never in that one. If I'm in either of these three buildings, the way I have to get through, like, let's presume that building, the way I have to get to up on this floor is to go all the way to the tree farm, go all the way through here, then all the way to the main base, then get to this intersection, go all the way up. So it was a long travel in order to get to this intersection. In which case, now I'm putting in this, so if in the event I am in this room, I go through here, and then up here. So it's it is a much shorter travel because of it. Depending on where I am in the base, so typically this is the best one to go to. Like if I'm just in the main thing here, just going over here is better. If I'm off of the sugarcane farm or with the villagers, well, technically it would be like in the little bottom intersection down there. That one over there is better. Sometimes, like if I'm in the center intersection, I might wind up going to that one, despite this one being better. It just kind of like is depending on how I'm feeling at the time. The only other area that I now have in the base that doesn't work for that is if I travel all the way to this opposing intersection. The only area that I probably should hook up to this, so that way I can have a proper vertical travel, is going to be on the opposite end of the gold farm here, is going to be on this side, jumping up over here. Is going to be on this side. So after I get done building past here, I probably want to build another intersection, the same as how I have right over here. Have a little water chute connecting that. But this is also like a significantly more temporary part of the base, so it doesn't work quite as well. But whenever I build something, if it's going to be a more permanent feature, I want it to be looking more permanent compared to what it's looking like over there. So currently what I'm working on with this is I'm going to lay out the floor so that way we can get another tunnel working. And I'm also putting in the pillars for this area, so in which case you can see the pillar for how this is going to be looking. So I am liking the look of that, but what I'm now needing to do is design the interior room up here and going to be putting in the rest of the floor for this actual building. So that is what I'm currently wanting to work on. It's currently not night. But now what I'm wanting to do is put in this floor here real quick. So I am going to lie down here real quick and come back to you guys with the floor put in. How is it not night? Come on. Alright, so I have gone through here. I built the upper portion of this room, so we get a little bit of a window look out. Obviously, it's going to be brought up a bit more, like I'm probably going to be bringing it up like this to go through the rest of it. So might as well just put that in so you guys can see. So that's probably going to be the windowscape, getting a good view of the nothing I've built off in that direction. So that's pretty good, but if I built it off here, we would get a really good view of 2 tree farms, so along with a little tunnel that doesn't look too good from this side. But the thing I'm wanting to talk about in particular is this tunnel. So I needed to make a couple of important choices involving this tunnel, involving how it's going to look. And I want to put this on camera because this is a pretty big part of the base, something I do a lot, and I don't really show it on camera too much, so I'm going to put it on camera a little bit more than I do right now, because I need to figure out how to put these windows in without it just looking bad. So, typically, in case you don't know, I need to space my windows. So, spacing the windows is fairly hard, because this base is not designed with additions in mind. I just kind of built this initial monolith and then put a sugarcane farm stapled to the side of it and didn't think anything about the future. I just kind of am now adding more and more to the space, and I've not planned for extension in the future except for with that thing over there. That's the only time this entire base I've planned for extensions to happen in the future. In which case I haven't extended off of it yet. So the rest of this I have not planned for that. So now what I'm trying to do is try to get the windows in here, but I need to figure out how they're going to be spaced. So let me turn all of this into planks. So let me try a 6 wide strategy. Then it'll be 3, because there's always a 3 block per window. Then it'll be another 6 block. Actually, wait a second. Let me build from the opposite end here, so that way I meet in the middle. So that's typically what I want to do here, so that way I can meet in the middle once again. So another 6 blocks like that, and then go all the way to the other end here and put in another 6 blocks. That's typically what I would be doing here in order to get the correct dimensions I'm wanting, so that way I know that I'm always building to a center point. And then from that center point, I'll get an idea of if what I built here is actually viable for future building. So, another 3 block, another 3 block, and 3 in the center. Okay, yeah, so what I just did there was actually worked out extremely well. It's not the best, but it does work out like to how my base typically works. So what I did here was 6 block, 6 block, 6 block, 3 block, 6 block, 6 block, 6 block. So you do see the type of building in my base every once in a while, in which case if I go all the way down here to this end of the base, you'll see that this one has 5 block, then a break in the gap, 5 block, 5 block. So I kind of have to do that every once in a while. Another part of the base I do that on is over here, in which case this is a 7 block, I think, and then it gets really funky, 4 block, 3 block, 3 block, 3 block. So it's really weird for something like this where the dimensions just don't work at all. So honestly, with it being able to work that well makes me really happy, because so often in this base it just doesn't work. Spacing in this base makes me insane sometimes. So now I actually get to see this little spacing thing of where I would be building these tunnels, and it actually works. So now what I wanted to do is I've built something. Oh, the starting block's incorrect. Now what I want to do is come all the way around here and put in each of the actual things. Then I can come through here and put in the glass, in which case, after I put this in, I can show you how I do that. Because I also don't show you guys the glass portion of this either, because it's a bit weird how I do it. There we go, like that. Now what I also do is I grab a dirt block and I grab a stack of glass, I put in a dirt block here, and then I begin putting in the glass, break out the dirt block, and just build down horizontally. The reason why I have the dirt block here is so that way I can get rid of it super easily without having to focus on swapping tools around too much or accidentally breaking the glass, because theoretically I could use my shovel here, but there is a possible chance that while building I can wind up accidentally breaking the glass with my shovel because of how like tool break speeds work. So typically a thing I try to avoid, especially in the past. So I try to do it this way. It's a bit weird. It's probably not the best way to do it. Like theoretically, like I guess it's not the worst way I could do it. Like the worst way to do it, I guess, is like set up a whole piston contraption just to push out a single glass block. Oh boy, that sounds so janky. Okay, now here's also where we reach a problem, because there is now a design problem that I didn't design into. So this is incorrect. This needs to be 2 blocks out. That is because there is a window here. Technically, it only needs to be 1 block out. So this is incorrect. So I need to move everything down again. So this is 5 blocks, meaning that this would not be 5. So this would be 6, meaning that I need to redesign this again. So coming through here and re-breaking this glass, I would need to get rid of all of this glass in order to do this. But now what I want to do is, since this is a 6 block over here, I probably want to break out this lineage here. Since I built it on the opposing side, I will still have it over there for reference. But now what I want to do is come through here and break out the glass. So break out each of these little wood planks here and break out the rest of the glass here. So I'm going to just break this out here real quick and be back with you guys here in a second. Okay, that's all been cut out. Now what I need to do is with a new design, so 6 over here and 6 over here. Now I want to try is a 3 block gap and a 3 block gap on the opposing side and see how the spacing on that works. So hopefully a double 3 block gap will be able to put that parse. Then let's try a 6 block gap and see how that works. So a 6 block gap here, and then let's try another 6 block gap over here. So like that, I believe is correct. Yes, it is. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 9 blocks. So what I want to do is like that, a 3 block and a 3 block. So we go 6 block, 3 block, 6 block, 3 block, 3 block, 6 block, 3 block, 6 block. So that is a better way of doing it now, in which case we got to make sure that the windows aren't going to be flush against the wall, in which case I believe I've already planned around. And in terms of how I have to redo this, I basically have to, for this one, move this over a full 3. Then for this one, also move it over a full 3, like this, and then, I'm doing it backwards. I guess I'm just going to continue with that. There we go. Also for this one's going to be a full 3, like that, and put this like that. There we go. Lines up. And this one just needs to have one that's inserted. There we go. And obviously this side needs to have the same change. Actually, no, it only needs a single change, I guess. So, like that. There we go. And yeah, that's how that's going to go. In which case, now what I can do is put in the windows for this. So, I am going to go through this full length of the actual bridge here and begin placing in each of the windows. So that way, we will get a nice little view. I might as well put this in. But anyways, guys, that's probably going to be doing it for today's episode. Just going to be going through here and building up some of the bridging area for this between the episodes, hopefully. But I hope you got to enjoy a little bit of a pull behind the curtain for today's episode, particularly how I build, because oh boy, you get to see another error that just occurred here on camera, so I'm going to have to fix that off camera because you can see it right there. But yeah, that is a little bit of some fixes that I have to do. Once again, I have so many problems that occur with these types of builds, and I have to keep fixing these tunnels because these errors keep occurring, so now I have to fix another one. In which case, I think the easiest solution here is kind of the dumbest one. Break this down and put this up, and then put that there. It's the worst solution, but it's probably the only one that's going to work. So sometimes the bad one's the one I have to go with. But either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you have any ideas of things you want to see me work here on in the future, I always love hearing suggestions, the ideas that you guys might have. There's so many things that I can work here on the base. There's so many things that I have worked on, so I always like hearing what you guys like to see me work on, or things that I might work on in the future, because I have a billion things I can work on. This is Minecraft. This game has virtually everything in it, so always love to hear what you guys might have to say. So, not really too much more to say on the space outside of me getting really annoyed at that one little problem that occurred over there. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed today's episode, have any suggestions, please leave those down below. Love to read those. But either way, guys, I hope you did enjoy today's episode. I hope to see you guys here in the next one. And then, that's going to be it for today's episode. See you guys out in the next one. So long. See ya. Ooh. Bye. I'm almost out of glass. No, like actually, after I place down these last 8, I'm completely out of glass. I need glass so badly, guys. Come on, please. Please, I donate. I need glass. It's the last 3 blocks, oh no. It's the last 3. I'm out of glass. No!